How's it going, everybody? You're watching the About Tech, and today I'm going to show you how I managed to get this 100% maximum capacity on my battery health after using this phone for over 6 months. That's right, this is my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I've been using it for over 6 months. This is my personal phone. I use it every single day, and I have 100% on my maximum capacity on my battery health. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly this. My best tips, what I do to get those awesome results. So if your maximum capacity is still at 100%, how to keep it for 6 months, a year, or over a year, or if your maximum capacity is already at 95, 90, or even less, how to maintain it at this level for as much as you can, all right? So let's begin, and the first thing I wanna show you is actually, I wanna prove it to you, I wanna show you the activation date of this phone just to prove it to you that this was actually activated over 6 months ago. So if we scroll down here on the first screen of our settings and tap on General, and then About, and then, as you can see here, limited warranty expires on October the 21st of 2022, meaning this phone was activated on October the 22nd of 2021, as I said, over 6 months ago. And I just want to be very clear here, this is in fact my personal phone. I use it every single day, and I use it in all of my YouTube videos, so it goes through heavy use, heavy abuse, but still 100% on the battery health after so many months. So let's start with the tips, and let me show you what I do to get those awesome results. As you can already imagine, I have here a ton of accessories here on the table, a ton of chargers and all that. So a ton of this has to do with how you charge your iPhone. And this is actually true and super important. So the first thing that I have to tell you, and one of the most important things, is always use authentic accessories. So as you can see here, I have a ton of chargers, and all of those chargers are original Apple accessories. This is a 5-watt charger, 18-watt, 30-watt, 61 watts, and don't you worry about this. You can use any charger from your iPad, your MacBook, your normal iPhone charger, any charger that you want. Don't you worry, this won't harm your battery in any way. As you can see here, I also have an authentic Apple Lightning cable, so you can use it as well. And this is the most important recommendation regarding accessories. Just use the authentic accessories. You get awesome results when you're talking about battery health and maximum capacity. Tip number 2 also has to do with charging, more specifically temperature. Let me explain. So lithium-ion batteries, and your iPhone has a lithium-ion battery, they don't like extreme temperatures, so they don't like heat. So if you're charging your iPhone and it gets hot, if you're touching it and it gets hot, that's bad for your battery in the long run. That's bad for your battery health, and it'll make your battery health go down much faster. And 2 of the most common reasons why this happens, I mean iPhones getting hot while they're charging, they have to do with the case, if you're wearing a case, and if you're using the iPhone while you're charging it. So if your iPhone has a case on, okay, so you have a case on your iPhone while you're charging it, there's a high chance your iPhone will get hot. And if it happens, you should remove the case just to prevent your iPhone from getting hot. Also, if you're charging your iPhone and using it at the same time, most likely your iPhone will get hot as well, and that's bad for it. So, another very important tip, don't use your iPhone while you're charging it, and if you can, remove the case. This will be much better for you in the long run. Tip number 3 lives right here on our settings. So let's go to settings, scroll down, tap on battery, and then let's go back to battery health, and let's talk about optimized battery charging. So you have to have this feature turned on if you want to maintain a high maximum capacity on your battery health. And this is super important, guys, because what this will do when this feature is enabled, what this will do is it'll prevent your iPhone battery to charge over 80% when you're charging it overnight. So it's super common that we leave our iPhone charging overnight when we go to sleep, and then it'll be charging for hours and hours and hours until the next day, right? So when this feature is turned on, it'll charge your iPhone and then it'll stop at 80%. It won't go all the way up to 100, so it'll keep at 80% for as many hours as possible, and then when you're close to wake up, it'll charge the rest. it'll charge the remaining 100%. And why is that important? For one simple reason. Charging your iPhone past 80% is bad for your battery. It's just bad to charge it past 80% and even worse to keep it at 100%. If you want to learn more about this, trickle charge, battery chemistry, and all of that, I do recommend that you click on this card right here or in the link in the description so you can go ahead and watch another video of mine on which I explain you everything you need to know about charging your iPhone past 80%. And please keep in mind that I'm not the one saying it. Apple is saying it. When they have this feature right here, they're telling us that charging past 80% is bad. That's why with this feature, it'll keep your iPhone at 100% for as many hours as the iPhone can. So this is super important. And this doesn't go only for the optimized battery charging. This is a general tip. So when you're charging your iPhone during the day, also stop at 80%. So don't charge your iPhone past 80% in any scenario. So always avoid to charge past 80%, stop it at 80%. This is super important if you want to keep your battery health as healthy as you can. And finally, two very important tips. Number one has to do with data. So Wi-Fi, 4G, and 5G. When using data, always prefer Wi-Fi over 4G and especially 5G. So when you're browsing the web or scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or watching videos on YouTube, whatever, always prefer to use Wi-Fi over your mobile network, so 4G and 5G. And that's because Wi-Fi demands less from your battery. So when you use Wi-Fi, it's not only good for the current charge, so not only your iPhone will last longer on that single charge, but also in the long run as well when we're talking about battery health. And the other tip has to do with brightness. As you can see here, I'm doing the worst I can right now for my battery. So I'm at maximum brightness right now, but that's because I'm filming this video. So I have a ton of lighting here, so I have to have this at full brightness. And this is bad for your battery. So what I do recommend you to do is to always have auto brightness turned on. And you can see this on your settings under accessibility. And always, as much as you can, make sure to bring down your brightness a little bit just to be safe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I wanted to give you, my most important tips on how to actually get those awesome results. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next video as usual. Bye-bye.